Joe Biden announced today, Tuesday, he's running again. 3-minute video announcement he put out there today. He said a lot of stuff in this 3 minutes, but he said this, quote, "The question we are facing is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more fights or fewer fights. I know what I want the answer to be, and I think you do too," end quote. Okay. Well, I will vote for Joe Biden if he is the nominee of the progressive, what's left of the progressive slash democratic slash liberal slash middle of the road slash whatever hell is the hell is left of the Democratic Party. Yeah, I will vote for Joe Biden. Won't you? And as far as my concerns about his age, yes, I have them. But far be it from me to pass judgment on somebody else's mental or psychological capabilities because they cross the threshold of age 80. Oh, of course, he would be 82 when he assumed his second term and 86 when he finished. Well, so what? So what? But there are a lot of Democrats in this country who see that as an absolute negative. So it's going to be tough for Joe Biden to navigate this path toward be no problem getting the nomination, but to winning the election, even if he's up against a piece of human filth like Donald Trump. Because the biggest question that Joe Biden is going to have to answer, and it may be the fear of another Trump 4 years that would propel him past this question, but the question would be whether or not he can convince an electorate that he's a better choice than whoever the Christian Fascist Party nominates, that Biden would be a better choice to move the country forward. And Democrats have never really been all that enthusiastic about his presidency. We know why he got elected in 2020. Look at the goddamn choice. Another 4 years of this filthy, grifting bastard Donald Trump. Now, Biden does have a very strong advantage, no matter who he's up against, and that is the power of the incumbency. We all know that is a very powerful weapon to have at your disposal when you're running for presidency. If you're already president, it's very unusual when people will decide, well, we want to switch horses in the middle of the stream here. They did it to George Herbert Walker Bush, and of course they did it to the orange vomit, Donald Jesus Trump. But you have to go back a ways to find other presidents to whom they did that. There's no perfect historical parallel for what Biden is trying to achieve, because there have been presidents who have not gotten their second term, been a lot of them. And of course, the orange Nazis' loss to Biden is the most recent reminder that, this incumbency advantage doesn't guarantee victory. Of course, I don't see how any historical fact regarding the presidency of the United States has anything to do with this filthy, nasty Donald Trump. I mean, Trump is a singular moment in American presidential history. A bum, a grifter, a rapist, a liar, a con artist, a filthy pig, an idiot, ignorant, stupid. I mean, completely stupid. Remember, ignorance is curable. Stupid is terminal. So I don't think it's a very good idea to compare Donald Trump being defeated for a second term with the historical record of presidents who were defeated for a second term. Trump stands alone because he's such a filthy, goddamn, rotten human being who lost the first time. He lost the popular vote. And he tried to weasel his way into a forget it. Now, when George W. Bush, the war criminal, when he launched his reelection campaign, he was riding high on the bullshit that he created. I'm a war president. You know, this feeling of victory in the war on terror. Even though the Iraq War was starting to unravel. This is back in 2004. And after committing this monstrous war crime, Bush, you remember when he strode across the deck of the USS Arizona, or not Arizona, come on, Mike, an aircraft carrier after he landed as co-pilot in a jet and he had that codpiece on, and according to news reports, all the women who were watching on television just swooned, as women are wont to do, right? Huh? You believe that shit? Oh my God. But anyway, Bush managed to win against Senator Kerry in 2004. And what a lot of people don't remember, and I put myself in that group because I completely forgot about this, that race, Kerry-Bush, was closer than any of us remember. A single state decided that election. I forget what the state was, but that's how close it was. And then Barack Obama, when he came into office, he rode a wave of so-called post-racial support that had been ginned up by 4 years of these Tea Party Nazis, the forerunners of the precursors of the maggots, and a midterm shellacking had chipped away whatever support people were feeling for the Republican Party there for a while. And yet, Obama still managed to send Mitt Romney back to his Mormon temple to pray after Obama managed to frame Romney as being out of touch with the average American, which wasn't very hard to do. Jesus. But anyway, here we are again. Trump is running again, and no president since Republican William Howard Taft in 1912 has had the challenge of running against a former occupant of the Oval Office. And that was Theodore Roosevelt, it says here. I don't know this shit. I'm just reading it. But even then, back in 1912, Roosevelt ran as the third-party candidate. Remember that? What was it? Bull Moose or something? Bull Moose Party? And that's a decision that allowed the Klansman, Woodrow Wilson, who was a big supporter of the KKK, to win. So Trump, Trump doesn't follow any procedure of gaining a nomination other than using fear and loathing. Fear, loathing, hatred, disruption, division, distrust. And apparently so many of us have those feelings so deeply embedded that when a monster like Donald Trump, a crawling, creeping, obese monster like Donald Trump comes climbing out of the slime, there is something inside so many Americans. The last time it was 72 million Americans voted for this creature. There is something that erupts out of us, like in the movie Alien, right? Those creatures that go boom, come out of a person's chest. Ah! 70% of Biden voters say his positions and policies as president have been, quote, about right. That includes 73% of self-described liberals, 78% of moderates, 65% of conservatives. I'm talking about the Republican Party now. So even though overall Joe Biden has not a very good rating, according to these number bullshit stuff that I really don't put a lot of faith in, what's his popularity now? 42% or some such shit? That's overall. But among Democrats, he still stands out as somebody who has been a good president, I guess. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.